Loyalty and Faith, the story of Hani bint Abi Talib Abdul Salim. In the quiet garden behind their house, grandmother Nada sat in her favorite wooden chair under a blanket of twinkling stars. Her 4 grandchildren, Yusuf, Adam, Rowan, and Huda, gathered around her, their faces glowing with anticipation for the night's story. Grandmother Nada smiled warmly and said, "Tonight, my dear ones, I will tell you about a great woman from Mecca who lived a life full of loyalty and patience. She is Hani bint Abi Talib, the cousin of Prophet Muhammad." Grandmother began describing Hani's upbringing in a noble house filled with faith and generosity. She said, Hani was born into the house of Abu Talib, a home known for protecting the weak and supporting the truth. From a young age, she learned that loyalty to family and principles is the most precious thing a person can own. She loved doing good and possessed high morals that earned her everyone's respect. Adam's eyes widened with curiosity, and he asked, "Grandmother, did she love the Prophet and support him?" Grandmother nodded and said, "Yes, Adam, she was one of the people most devoted to him." When the Prophet began his mission, Hani was a source of support for him with her kind words and brave stances. She fully understood the value of the message he carried. Grandmother continued, "Imagine, children, how Hani always opened her home and heart to goodness. On one great night, the Prophet stayed as a guest in her house, and it was from there that the journey of Al-Isra and Al-Mi'raj began. Hani was careful to ensure the Prophet's comfort, showing her loyalty and pride in her kinship and her service to the faith." Rowan asked in a soft voice, Hani faced many difficulties, didn't she?" Grandmother sighed and said, "Indeed, Rowan. Hani went through hard times and trials, but her faith was stronger than any circumstance. She stood by her brother, Ali bin Abi Talib, always reminding him of patience and steadfastness, believing that God does not waste the reward of the patient." Grandmother laughed as she looked at Rowan and said, Hani taught women that strength is not in a loud voice, but in a patient heart and righteous deeds. She would gather with other women to teach them how to be loyal to their families and how to maintain their homes with love and faith. Yusuf and Adam continued thinking about her strength. Yusuf said, "She continued to give even after many years." Grandmother agreed and said, "Exactly, Yusuf." After the passing of the Prophet, Hani remained a reference for people in wisdom and worship. She advised everyone to hold on to their faith and love for the Prophet's family, and her memory remains sweet among the people like a fragrance that never fades. Grandmother lowered her voice and said, Hani passed away, may God be pleased with her, but she left behind unforgettable lessons in courage and good character. She proved that loyalty is not just a word, but a continuous action that appears in times of hardship before times of ease. Huda sighed happily and said, "I learned today that loyalty means being honest with those we love." Rowan added, "And patience is the secret of strength." Grandmother Nada pulled her 2 granddaughters into a warm hug and said, "Well done, my little ones. These are the qualities that make a person a true hero in everyone's eyes." As the story ended, the stars seemed to shine even brighter. Huda kissed her grandmother's forehead and said, "Thank you for this beautiful story, grandmother. I will always try to be loyal and sincere like Hani." The children stood up to head inside, their hearts full of peace and their minds dreaming of great heroes.